that sound? It's your boy Robbie checking in. I'm going to tell you 6 ways you can get a cool car and put it on Turo if you don't already have one, if you're thinking about doing it. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. The first way you can get a car is you could buy a car cash. I'd recommend going this way, so that way you don't own the car. That way the car don't own you, you own the car. When the car owns you, or you're making payments and the bank owns you, if you don't make that payment at the end of the last payment that you don't make, they can go ahead and take the car back. And plus, when you're starting out a business, the least that you owe, it's the more profit that you can put in your pockets, right? So a couple ways you could buy your car cash is you can get a job, your first job, or get a second job. You can borrow the money from a family friend or loved one. Borrowing is not so much paying cash because you do got to pay it back. But some other ways to get a car cash would be to go ahead and take a home line of equity if you own a house, or to go ahead and pull from your 401k. Any type of thing besides taking out from your own cash that you dedicated for this car, like a HELOC, a 401k, or borrowing it from a family member or friend. I don't recommend it. I recommend you just save your money, put the hard work in, and get the car. The second way to get a car, to go ahead and list it on Turo, is to go ahead and borrow a car, or what we call a consignment. Meaning if you know someone that have a car, maybe they're old, they're not driving anymore, they got a new car and their old car is just sitting there. Some cases, even if they're in jail, you can go ahead and you can work out some type of a split with them, right? Where you manage their car, you list it on Turo, and you share the profits. You do all the work, so they do get some profits, right? So borrowing a car consignment's number 2. Number 3, you can go ahead and you can lease a car. Leasing a car is not too bad. Most of the time the car is going to be brand new, so it'll come with warranty, which isn't bad because your car will incur wear and tear on it, right? Thing about leasing a car is you don't own it. At the end of your leasing term, you have to give it back. Most of the time you have to have a pretty decent credit score. You're going to have to put a down payment. Sometimes you could get a co-signer to help you out with that, right? Number 4, you can go ahead and you can finance the car. Financing and leasing is 2 different things. At the end of your financing term, you get to keep the car. You own the car, you're making payments, and you're building equity in the car, right? So a couple ways you want to finance it. To get a decent car finance, you want to probably look at least a 550s, pushing it more like a 580 credit score and up, and that's still subprime, right? So you probably need a higher down payment. Okay, you'll probably need a co-signer. But the thing is, when you finance a car, you don't own the car owns you. So let's just say you want to take a month break from Turo and you want to go to Hawaii and live out your dreams. You can't do that because you have a car payment, right? So that's the 4th way. The 5th way you can get a car is, I would kind of recommend this starting out. You can get a buy here, pay here type of payment set up for the car. A buy here payment would not use your credit. They would take a structured down payment, maybe half of the car or a quarter of the car. They're probably going to be a little bit older, higher mileage. Make sure you read the terms and conditions. As speaking right now, we're June 12th, and Turo has a guideline for a certain age of the car. The buy here, pay here, it's not bad if you're a college grad, you're looking to buy a house, you don't want to ruin your debt to income ratio, right? So that's the 5th way. The 6th way is, believe it or not, you can win a car. I don't condone gambling, but if you maybe the Hard Rock Casino, enter in a raffle. There's raffles all the time on Instagram where you buy a shirt and you win it. You could be entered to win a car. Don't give up. Those are 6 ways to start, your side hustle on Turo. If you're thinking about joining, go ahead and like it, subscribe, hit the bottom button, and I'll be shooting more videos and more content for you. You take care.